Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to the final match of the evening. We've got our qualification match between Gale Force and Cloud9. Zoya, you've been casting since like 3 a.m. Pacific. You had time for a little nap. You napped for about 2 hours?
No, I didn't actually fall asleep. I didn't take a nap. I couldn't. I was too much stuff flopped up.
Damn, Zoya. You got that passion, buddy.
I don't know if it's passion. I think it's stupidity.
Stupidity? Well.
Hold on, Jake. I need you to chill. All right? I gotta check something.
Oh?
All right. Shut up, Jake. Okay, listen. I got some news. Are you ready, Mr. Jacob Kalinsky?
I'm ready.
In the qualifiers for DreamHack Austin, these two teams faced off in the second one.
Uh-oh. Who won?
Gale Force Esports.
They did.
They won 2-1 over Cloud9. And now they're having a rematch.
In qualifier number 2.
And qualifier number 2.
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to see. I mean, Cloud9, they didn't look too hot on Battlefield. But they looked...
Yeah, I think they looked as expected, game 2 and 3 from Cloud9. That game 1 draft, they just got, like, out-drafted hard.
Yeah, they did.
But Gale Force looks good as of late, so I wouldn't sleep on them too much. At all, really. There is a chance, man. There is a chance. I didn't know if Invernum was Canadian.
He is, yeah. I was so excited. He's our new forecourt.
Nice.
Well, we are getting things sorted out here. I'm going to see if we have an update from the admins. Okay.
Jake, all right? I need you to listen.
I'm listening.
Gale Force beat these guys.
I know. I heard you. Are you excited?
Jake.
You think they're going to beat him again?
I don't know.
How big of an upset would that be if they beat him again, right? Beating a team once is already big, right? But doing it twice
I don't know
is
if that'd be
like...
an upset, but it'd be, like, hilarious.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. For some reason, that's funny to me. It's been a long day, bros.
That's true. You have been playing video games.
But just for some reason, when I think about it, the first thing that pops in my head is...
Sweet.
I'm tilting myself right now. I'm
nice.
Sorry, guys.
My grandparents just said they're gonna give me an outdoor patio set. I don't have a patio, but
Nice. You could put that in your kitchen.
nice. I have to fly right in the morning, Zoya.
Me too. Your flight's probably earlier than mine. What time's your flight?
8 a.m.
Oh, so that's 5 a.m. my time. Yeah, I don't fly until 10 a.m.
I gotta leave the house at like 6 something.
Yeah. I'll be awake around the time you wake up because I'm probably just going to bed right after this and then going to have to do all my packing and laundry and stuff before I leave.
I already did laundry. I did that. All right, draft link. That is good. Lobby has been created. We're in there.
Thanks, Jake, for typing that out.
I did it, man. I typed it out.
He did it. He did it. His name is Jacob Kalinsky, and he did it. Hoorah.
Yo, Team Blaze just tweeted me a Harry Potter gif. That's how you get retweets. Dude, are you done? Are you dead?
I'm good, man. I'm tilting myself. I'm hilarious. What can I say?
So I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I had Chipotle for lunch. It was wonderful.
I'm jealous.
But what do I eat for dinner? I have
eggs.
no eggs. I can't eat eggs.
Yeah.
You know this.
You can eat eggs, it's just not good for you.
No, I will get ill and I have to fly in an airplane at 8 in the morning.
Oh,
No.
nice.
All right. Gale Force has hit the ready button. Gale Force Esports. You missed the boat where you guys are capitalizing the S in esports. That's done. The S is lowercase. At least that's what our draft link says. That ship has sailed. That boat has flown.
That boat has flown. The ship has flown. The plane has swam. Guys, first man going over to Gale Force Esports. They're going to deny the kill pass. Cloud9 with second pick. See what they want to take away. We haven't really been seeing too many Illidan bans today.
Take me away. You know that song, right?
No. So Take me away?
Yeah. I think it's a DDR song, actually. That's why I know it. Alrighty, well, Cloud9, they're really thinking about their counter ban.
What did they ban last time on Sky Temple? See if I have any of those drafts.
I wanted to say it was Thrall.
I don't think so. I think they played them Thrall on Sky Temple, didn't they?
Maybe. All right, Falstad. That was their ban. It was Falstad. So, Li Ming.
Ah, right. You're right.
Li Ming is going to be first picked here from Gale Force, realizing that the ranged assassins are being prioritized at this point in the draft. Cloud9 could do numerous things at this point. I mean, Sky Temple, we know they want global presence, so we know they like Dahaka, but will they prioritize him this early in the draft? I don't think so. Sylv could be an early pick. I think Sylv before Azul as arranged, and well, Zul's not arranged, but they're going for early Muradin. Could just be Miranda if that's what they want.
I wouldn't mind Miranda.
Okay.
There's a Thrall again. So I like that one draft.
Yep.
Is it time for them to start picking Dahaka before mid-tier bans? Are they worried it'll get banned out?
I would be worried.
Because they've been having a lot of success with Dahaka today.
Especially on this map. Dahaka adds so much, especially when Falstad's banned out. Like, what's your other global that you're going to go? You're not going to run Abathur in all compositions, at least. Looks like they're just going to go straight up. Just lock in Muradin. That's their...
It's been a few games since we've seen Cap on Muradin, huh?
He played Muradin, I believe, in the first game of the day.
Yeah.
He might have played Muradin. Yeah.
Dahaka and ETC.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so I think this will be the next second Muradin game. I think that draft was also Sky Temple, and I think he was also picked in the first rotation for Muradin.
Two picks here for Gale Force. Will we see an early support pick from Rhaegar Uther? Will we see the Dahaka deny? Gotta say, I've been after seeing the Dahaka Brightwing, man, that comp is scary.
Yeah, it's true. Gale Force going for Illidan very early in the draft. Cloud9, they do have the next pick, which is nice. So they can just ban Abathur or Tassadar more likely and grab Rhaegar. And then this Illidan doesn't really have that support.
I think they ban Uther here.
You think Uther is better banned than Tassadar?
They go Rhaegar Tass.
Oh, that could work as well. They're going to pick up Rhaegar pretty much no matter what.
How does this kill get a... they're just going to go for the Task Man. Yeah. But if you do have the Rhaegar Task, how does this comp get a kill versus you?
That's true. But they could... Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to pick Rhaegar. Gale Force, what's a priority ban? I mean, a ranged damage dealer, maybe even like Silver Vala at this point. They don't need to... Are they going to ban Rhaegar themselves and have... Dunk grab Uther? No, they're not going to do that. So it's just going to be a ranged assassin of their picking at this point. Maybe Zagara.
Yeah. They're thinking hard on it, man.
Yeah,
I would like to see them deny a damage dealer.
This is kind of one of the problems with picking Illidan early. It's hard to draft Illidan.
This is risky drafting from Gale Force, for sure.
Yeah, like Illidan's a very powerful hero, and like in the Asian meta, he gets first picked all the time. And it's a little bit different up there. I'm not even too sure why their draft meta is so massively different. But like I look at this composition, it's like they're gonna ban Uther from themselves. Like I don't.
They're probably wanting Brightwing anyway.
Tyrande.
Oh, I like the Tyrande.
Yeah, I don't see C9 playing Tyrande this situation though. I mean, Rhaegar Tyrande is a good pickup, but will it be Brightwing Rhaegar?
No,
or just
don't.
Just Brightwing?
Don't do that, Cloud9. Don't do Brightwing Rhaegar.
Arcane Flare build. Kappa. What?
Cloud9's really just like
Anti-Illidan.
going places with this draft.
The Tyrande ban is actually really smart when you think about it, because Rhaegar Tyrande would have been really.
Oh, the Tyrande ban was really good. If Cloud9 would have went Tyrande, that would have been bad for Gale Force. And they have so much CC, they could have just destroyed the Illidan.
The Slug.
Stormbolt, Flare.
It's gonna be
Feral Spirit.
Arth on Abathur?
Probably.
Okay, well, the denial pickup of Abathur to take that away from Illidan. It's gonna leave Illidan with an Uther. Uther with Divine Shield. Is great for a forced engage, but he's going to need something else to enable him. Isolation, global presence, good dive buddy for Illidan. Definitely not the worst pick here. He's going to need that front line, and if you get the isolation on something like Brightwing, deny Brightwing that polymorph to allow Illidan to go to town, well, I mean, it could be huge for the team. Can't imagine the last pick not being Uther. I've seen teams attempt Illidan with Malfurion, and it just always looks awful. It looks awful. Yeah, it is
just
right.
A bad taste in my mouth thinking about it. I mean, they could try and make solo support Karazim work. He's got the mobility to keep up with Illidan, but more than likely you're right. Oh, wait, Rhaegar's still up.
That's true.
I completely forgot about Rhaegar. That would have been very clearly a Rhaegar pick in my head if I hadn't forgot about him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just got thrown off completely on what was available when we saw Brightwing Abathur. Zeratul. This is double melee assassin Abathur. They don't have any range damage.
It's very weird.
Unless you count Brightwing as range damage, which I don't think anyone normal would. This draft is weird, boys.
It's far from normal.
We've seen Cloud9's best. When they're at their best is when they're executing these small little like engagement tactics. And we've seen it done in the past a lot. The Zeratul Brightwing combo. Zeratul sneaks up on a target, Brightwing face shifts onto him, makes the Abathur hat with that. You polymorph that target, even if they've got mobility, they're gonna die. So the Zeratul Abathur or Brightwing, the Zeratul Brightwing gank. So Cloud9 always excels at those little synergies between like individuals. So there is that threat. But this draft's just weird, man.
It certainly is not a common C9 draft whatsoever. But guys, we are going to hop on into game number 1. This is Cloud9 versus Gale Force Esports in a qualification match for the ESL LA regional event, the second regional for the summer season here in North America. 2 teams have qualified already. We know that is Naventic and Cognitive. They qualified last week. This could be the 3rd team to qualify, as I believe the other half of the bracket is still well underway. I know Panic Global.
Yeah, chat, keep us in mind. I don't know which stream. I'm assuming it's Dread and J House stream. Chat, keep us updated in chat.
It's actually Inverum and Baba Booey that are casting, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I assumed it would have went to Dread and J House. Nice. Good on them. Guys, we're going to game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Team that wins this qualifies for Burbank Regionals. Number 2, on the left-hand side of the map, it is Cloud9, Dunk Train on Brightwing, iDream on Zeratul, King Caffeine on Murden, Arthlon on Abathur, and K1 Pro playing the Thrall.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see how that works out. Like you said, Dream is not a big fan of playing the Thrall, so he's going to be on Zeratul. On the opposite side, we have Gale Force. Akafe is going to be playing as Rhaegar Fury, going to be on Dahak. We have Michael Udall playing Illidan. Sylvanas will be played by Rafflecopter, and Crowan running out the team as the Li Ming.
Well, Fury going to go ahead and cap this middle point.
Looks like a Toxic Nest build at the start here for Abathur.
I think that makes sense. The auto build, not as impactful on a Zeratul. Like, the Abathur hat helps a lot, clearly, but he's not sitting there autoing over and over and over and over like an Illidan, right?
Right.
So,
well,
I think Mine build with Siege at 13-16 will be what we see here. Stormbolt misses from King Caffeine.
Good juke there by Raffle. And, you know, they didn't get the kill. They made the aggressive rotation around. Dream is very low himself. Needs to actually get the Wolf to sustain. And, oh, wow, barely alive. And this top tower, gone. So, great start to this game by Gale Force, immediately flexing that Sylvanas push.
Well, early lead here for Gale Force. They are starting to siege down that top wall, really showing the power of Sylvanas. And this tri-lane from Gale Force, not the most ideal. We do see that Rhaegar does rotate up top. But they get the great siege between, you know, just the Sylvanas Ws and the Li Ming poke. They've already almost got this top wall down. And if they can control top Shrine Jake, that could be a very early fort.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of nests up here. Abathur just trying to get a bit of control around the watchtower, and then you have Zeratul lurking in the shadows. I mean, Abathur Soak will come into play for sure in that bottom lane, especially if we do see the rotations happening, and that's nice. But still, it's not the full power of having a 5th hero in those team fights, so that's something that needs to be concerned. If there is a full-on team fight breakout, that's when Abathur does kind of struggle in the early game.
Nice juke from Rafflecopter to avoid K1 Pro's Feral Spirit. And they're going to go ahead and reclaim the watchtower. Middle being controlled here by Gale Force. The top being controlled by Cloud9, as both teams are hitting level 4.
Yeah, C9's
got an update from chat, Jake. Astral is up 1-0 versus Panda Global.
Wow. Congrats to Astral, the new organization stepping in. Crowan is very low. Dream is super low. Dream will end up falling here, but Crowan dies as well to the chain lightning over the wall of K1 Pro. K1 Pro incredibly low. Does not have the phase shift in sight, it looks like, but the Abathur hat is here, and King Caffeine and K1 Pro will be able to back away.
Yeah, they're going to keep up the siege, though, and this is going to be tough for Cloud9 to deal with, as both King Caffeine and K1 Pro need the back. It's going to be free siege for Rafflecopter and Akaface. We do see that Li Ming set to back up. Taking a look at experience, about a half-level lead right now for Gale Force.
That's not what you expect to see when you see an Abathur, right? You think Abathur is going to give you that additional soak.
Abathur Brightwing, you got 2 globals.
Yeah, you just expect to see that soak happen immediately, and it's been completely responded to. And the one-to-one kills, not a big deal either.
Yeah, not really having too much impact. We're seeing Zeratul go for Vorpal Blade, which can be really good versus both Sylvanas and Li Ming. Keeping up with them and maintaining their mobility. You see that the first siege camp being started here by Michael Udall and Rafflecopter.
All right.
Cloud9 not starting any camps of their own. Zeratul going for an invade. Did Dahaka scout him out? Dahaka sees him. He's pinging him. Does his team realize it? They're looking for him. King Caffeine coming up for the escort because they know iDream's over here.
This is
free poke on the Michael Udall.
Yep.
iDream has Blink down.
He's
they
dead.
Hit him here.
He is dead. There's no surviving this. Hat, phase shift, doesn't matter. Michael Udall did get very low to all of this, but the drag pulling them in. Dunk Train is super low in the backside. The poly on Dahaka will get him out of the situation, but wow, Gale Force is on fire right now.
Yeah, they're really just paying attention. Their team awareness is great. They're reacting to each other's calls. Great job so far from Gale Force. And look at the split push from Sylvanas, man. This just shows you the power of this hero. That's all 3 front walls already down for Cloud9. Bottom wall and mid wall still very healthy for Gale Force Esports. And now Gale Force Esports a full level up right now.
Yeah, this C9 draft that's unorthodox for them, they're not looking too comfortable quite yet. I think once they have level 10 and they have the Abathur Heroic, maybe things will look a little bit different. Haunting Wave being used there on the right side. King Caffeine not able to catch Raffle out, but they do have a bit of control here over this temple. Level 10 is still quite far away, but there is a mercenary camp in the top lane with no mercenary camp for C9.
Yeah, they haven't done any merc camps, and that's hard for them to do with this composition. They kind of really need everyone in lane here, so they, the only person that could go solo camps would be Thrall, and he's their best solo laner, so it's kind of hard to send them to do that. About a half-level lead here for Gale Force Esports. They do end up revealing iDream, getting some easy poke on him. He does have to blink out. King Caffeine controlling most of the shots so far down here, as Dahaka has not burrowed up yet, just trying to maintain that soak and push in with those bruisers. And I think Gale Force is okay with this trade, just kind of like stalling this out. Fury does burrow in. You're not getting a good engagement here. King Caffeine does get hit by the tongue. The burst is there, and Calf goes down.
Yeah, he just didn't respect the tongue. I mean, the drag came out from Fury, and that was just lights out. It's so much lockdown, and I mean, there's no cleanse here. This is a lone Brightwing that had to go for face shield. They need that support, and this is a continuous issue with running Brightwing as your only real support.
First fort going down here for Gale Force. They've got almost a full level lead here in the top lane. iDream's trying to deal with those bruisers with that front wall's down, and Fort's starting to take damage. Akaface rotating mid. This fort's about to go down. Are there enough shots to secure it? It will not fall from this burst, but a little bit of extra push into it will secure them this fort. And level 10, Jake, Gale Force Esports looking phenomenal right now.
Yeah, C9 has no choice but to just kind of give up all this poke. Right, without level 10, they cannot take a fight. K1 Pro is going to try to threaten, but really is just trying to say, please let this fort live a little bit longer than it should. Brightwing soaking down bottom. Zeratul did just pass in the night again versus Illidan there in the top lane. They do know Zeratul is lurking in the top shadows, and if they can catch him off guard, this could be disastrous for him.
Well, Sports going down. This is Heroics. Arthon's in a bad spot. He could get attacked on here. Michael Udall goes for the dive. Disintegrate comes out. The Brightwing strike teleport. They do save him. Metamorphosis used to get out of there. A lot used to try and kill Arthlon there. I believe every Heroic.
Yeah, Sylph just went down to the top lane too. So nicely done there by Dream on Zeratul. That's actually a big turnaround. And yeah, like you said, they spent a ton of resources trying to kill Abathur. The bait worked out pretty well.
I don't know if that was a bait, but it ended up being that way. I don't know if Arthon was in that position to be like, haha, guys, I'm going to get them to use 3 heroics for me, right? But it ended up being that way.
Kappa.
So good job there from Cloud9 to not really lose too much there. They've still got all their heroics except for Void Prison. I didn't end up seeing the 1v1 on the top, but
I didn't see. I just saw it on the mini map, but still, I mean, that's a big deal getting sealed in that situation. It really catches C9 up. Not only do they lost a fort more than they would like. They're already down 2 forts, but they do like losing the one at least.
Curious if it would have worked out that middle push for the Abathur if Michael Yaw metamorphosis over the wall.
Yeah, he had already meta defensively.
I'm saying like instead of going defensively,
if he went in
over the wall and then Q over the wall.
Well, the face shield would have saved him no matter what.
Rowan gonna go down.
Wow, well done there. iDream with that hat, just chunking through Li Ming twice in a row now. She has been a hunted target. Rafflecopter going to be able to get away. Double shrines, double temple spawning, mid and bottom. And we do see the drag going in onto iDream, but Blink will get him out.
Yeah, and we're seeing Cloud9 starting to win these little skirmishes, starting to get kills here and there, but this is Sky Temple. Well, the name of the game is Siege Damage, and right now they are miles ahead. Michael Udall getting this last shots down here. iDream and Abathur coming in. Do they have the Brightwing teleport up? Does Michael Udall see iDream here? He does, and he's going to meta out. I don't know if he needed to meta there.
That is costly. Very costly. Now, Thrall was rotating. They must have caught wind of that somehow. But Michael Udall not going to be having that cooldown for quite a while. A lot of ammunition remaining on the bottom, but not in the mid. That's why you see Cloud9 putting additional focus here to try to take control of mid. The mines exploding on Raffle, really slowing him down. Michael Udall trying to regain his posture here in bottom, but the moment that he's not there, Raffle will get blown up. Ancestral there, not in time to take cooldown for that, but the polymorph locking Akaface down. The slow is there. Arcane Flare will not connect, and the clone from Arthalon provided some great pressure zoning him out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to live through the double Zeratul clones. If you don't, you're just going to lose that fight. But the final fort does end up going down for Cloud9, as still 3 forts standing here, Jake, for Gale Force Esports. Game's still very even, 13-13, kills 4-3. So Cloud9, they're winning these little skirmishes. Gale Force Esports needs to stop letting that happen. Just having single players isolated, not getting the Ancestrals off in time. I mean, that needs to stop now, or Cloud9 will be able to regain momentum in this game.
Okay, well, there is the final bombardment going off. Structurally, like we said, still a little bit in favor of Gale Force at this point in time, but C9, they're using those mines as little wards, getting vision onto heroes that are kind of secluded and weak, and that's when you see iDream just looking for a target to pick off. He's very aggressively postured right now, gonna chunk through. Raffle, no, the hat just poking gently, and a Haunting Wave was spent to try to just decloak him.
I don't see like spikes bursting out of someone's heads as a gently poking, Jake. That seems a little bit more brutal than a gentle tickle from the Abathur had. Level 13 here for both teams.
Fury should have Essence in bottom. We actually see Dream going in on him, doing a good bit of damage. Actually, Vorpal Blades back on into that wave of minions just to try to chunk through it. Fury actually is going to be Hearthing in the bottom lane. And C9 will back on up. Let's take a look at the talents here at level 13. After we see Raffle get a nice Ancestral.
That burst is so insane from Dream. He's really showing the power of Zeratul this game. Dunktrain doing the best he can to deal with these bruiser camps. They're not going to get damage on that keep wall. And all it takes is really one temple phase, and Cloud9 can clear up these forts. All three are exposed and low. So they, despite you see the 3 fort count, that can be finished very easily. All it takes is one team fight win, controlling one of the temples. That will clear that up. Now, Gale Force Esports still has an advantage in it. Arthlon getting caught out position. No saving him this time.
That was a really aggressive invade. We actually saw C9 just kind of like holding that bottom point, waiting for them to show themselves. And the moment they moved in, huge damage. But the Sundering on 4 members in the back, a huge isolation there on Murd, and King Caffeine can't do anything. But Michael Udall does get burst down. That's a huge Void Prison, buying some space for Cloud9 to capitalize on this. And K1 Pro is going to go to town. Fury going to get jumped on here, throwing the drag out. They're trying to turn on K1. The magic missiles do connect, but he manages to get the peel there from Dream, who now blinks in aggressively. Can wormhole back. No, opts not to.
I think it's a pretty big mistake with a composition that only has 1 CC drag to try and blow up Murden. They used a lot there. Wailing Arrow, Isolation. They used all of that to try and kill Murden. Now, the CC synergy wasn't perfect. He was able to get Avatar off between the silence and the drag, but I still think it's a big mistake. Even if you could CC it perfectly, you kill Murden and then you still have a really healthy Zeratul on Thrall with nothing to kill them with. I think that's a big mistake that they're making here. But they're down to full level now. Cloud9 has this advantage, and we talked about how easy it was for them to clear up those 3 forts. That's where this explosion of experience is coming. Only 1 is available here.
Yeah, they're tapping into their savings, just chunking through all 3 of these forts. 16 got hit so very quickly. And as they break open that piggy bank, they're looking to engage. So Murd and dive in fort. Stormbolt is whiffed, but the bottom fort, the final fort, has been expired. And Michael Udall needs to get over that wall with the dive.
That's all 3 forts falling. But again, Gale Force still with the advantage in structures. Where Cloud9 is just now taking down those 3 forts. All of the keeps are still very healthy. No front walls down. Whereas bottom keep for Gale Force is in a good spot. The sun goes down.
Michael Udall. Good night, my friend.
Getting oodled all over the ground.
Now, they spent Sundering to do that, but they guaranteed a kill on Illidan. Guaranteeing a kill on Illidan grabs you full control of the map. Zeratul actually just blinked in, threw VP down, and we do have a big initiation here from C9. They're going to throw their focus onto that Rafflecopter. Ancestral Heal will keep him up for now, though. K1 Pro getting the blink heal to top him off, and they manage to keep him alive. Arthlon will lose the clone, but that is not at all a problem.
Yeah, Cloud9 going for that fight instead of going for boss. Probably would have rather seen them taking boss. I mean, if iDream wouldn't have used Void Prison, right, they would have had every heroic up in their arsenal, except for Sundering, which was used to kill him. I think they could have contested boss with that and won it, especially since it was still 16 versus 15 then. So I think it was a mistake to go for the Void Prison and try and get a kill there. They definitely could have tried to capitalize on a boss. Again, Gale Force Esports, they're down in levels, yes, they're down in kills, but they're still ahead in structures. That is what's important on this map. Is if as long as you keep trading with those shrines, keep going with these even trades here, Gale Force will stay ahead and eventually have the advantage that way.
Okay, well, Cloud9 playing pretty passively right now. They haven't pushed out across the map at all since they spent all those heroic abilities. Really just need to wait for them to come off cooldown. Unfortunately, cooldowns are broken on my UI right now, but Sundering did just come up. VP will be down for at least another 30 seconds, and the Symbi or the clone should be ready anytime now. Rhaegar, though, he's dead.
Yeah, these guys gotta stop like rocking around by themselves. I don't know why they keep thinking they can do that. Just like these individual pickoffs here. That's what's losing Gale Force Esports this game. Their comp's great. They've been playing the map well, but all it takes is like just these staggered deaths. Just one death. Like, why is Crone this far forward at all?
All right, King Caffeine is there. Fury going in the back, trying to get the grab onto Thrall, and he does do so. But the phase shift comes in at the last time to keep him alive. Polly is there on point. Burrow to keep Fury standing for a moment, but it's not enough. Raffle will end up going down as well, and suddenly it's a 2-for-0 with Michael Udall. Very risky and alone by himself down here. Also, Sundering to pick up the kill. No! Michael Udall slips away.
No, he gets hit by chain lightning. I'm actually confused here. It was 4 versus 5. They didn't have their Rhaegar. Crone was super far forward. He was trying to bait them clearly. You saw him push forward while his team was hiding in that bush. Why would they even try to fight that 4 versus 5? That is, it is very, very sloppy decision-making coming out from Gale Force Esports right now.
Well, Cloud9 is making the greedy call to throw Abathur on the point and chunk down this fort, but the poke of Li Ming is proving to be quite troublesome. They've taken a lot of damage. They do need to be cautious. They will back away after the mid-keep falls. Now that mid-temple, the one and only temple standing right now, is sieging the top lane.
Yeah, really well done here from Cloud9.
do have
They're
a
about to
DC.
hit 20, Jake. They have 2.5 level lead right now. Arthlon and Dream are going to be clearing up this top lane here. That's going to get them level 20. Like you said, they took out a keep. They've got 2 keeps that are left. Top is exposed.
Rewind.
There's a lot of rewinds.
Hive Mind and Bolt.
That's a lot of Abathur mines too around this point. Gale Force Esports trying to sneak in a boss here.
Yeah. So K1 Pro.
K1 Pro's not going to let it
Leashed
reset though.
Leashed
They want this. They
King
know they have
Caffeine's
20
going
versus
deep.
17.
Zeratul in the back, really pressuring, and then we have the Arthlon clone. Lots of cleaves, forcing that out. No, the Ancestral does not connect on Sylvanas. Great focus by Cloud9.
Metamorphosis, Li Ming in a bad spot. Metamorphosis or Void Prison goes down, catching Rhaegar. Ancestral is not up yet. It's still got that small cooldown from when it missed, and that's going to be almost every member die. If Michael Udall goes down here, this should be game. They should just be able to push through mid and win this game. And yeah, that should be game.
For some reason, Michael Udall was focusing the Zeratul clone there. I mean, that's the only safe target he could fight, I suppose. But he didn't even get that. It expired on its own. Arthlon is doing the dance taunt on Abathur.
Yeah, I mean, once they hit 10, really, and they started utilizing the Abathur clone, the game changed completely. Just picks after picks after picks, just individual people out of position, poor decision making on the Gale Force Esports. I mean, I honestly feel like Gale Force Esports like threw all momentum by just getting picked off individually. It was really bad play.
You know,
really
that one overextension when they went deep for Abathur 2, they were ahead up until that point, and then that was a very costly play. Not only did they lose, I believe, 2 members right in the mid lane, but also Sylvanas got picked in top during that whole situation. Yes, VP was spent in that moment, but having 3 heroes down at the same time, you concede map control, and C9 just snowballed that. So I guess kind of
little moments where like Akaface getting picked off by himself, Crowan getting picked off by himself, Rafflecopter getting bursted down by the double Zeratul multiple times. It's just you can't isolate yourself versus this composition because it doesn't matter like who is there. If iDream is stealth in the bush and sees you, suddenly there's 2 Zeratul clones and a Brightwing teleporting on that target, and they're dead every time.
Gotta hand it to the team, though. When Dream would go deep and Arth would clone, like, those flanks were disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
For,
they
like,
played that well.
Like, they got Raffle, like, or it was Raffle or Crowan every single time. Just double Zeratul, just ruining those targets.
That's what I said it in the draft, man. That's what Cloud9's always been good at. These little small interactions between individual players, like those little combat synergies. They've always been the best at that. That's why they've always done well in the stun burst metas.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, even if we just look back to the Dunk Train fly in with the Dahaka Burrow of King Caffeine, that was a scary just 2-player synergy where they were making huge plays. And it was the story in that game with iDream playing Zeratul and Abathur played by Arthlon, just coming with a Zeratul, denying their backline any kind of presence in the fights. It reminds me of World of Warcraft, World PvP back before Battlegrounds were a thing. You'd have these like stealth flanks from rogues and druids and stuff. It was, I know it's a really random thing to talk about, but it makes me think of that.
I didn't hear a word you just said, bro.
It's good, man. We got a draft link.
Yeah. What I love about Dunk Train, not only does he like Michael, you also said this draft link, but Dunk Train, whenever he makes a lobby, he always invites the casters.
He invites us first.
Yeah, he invites us first. No other player even invites us at all.
Dunk's the man, dude.
We have to join off of them, and if we don't, my hair got crazy. Sorry, I was touching my hair, like all the time, just like.
So yeah, we're going to Blackheart's Bay for game number 2. The lobby is up. You can join off me if you like. That is going to be our map here. Now, Gale Force, you mentioned this, that in the first regional qualifiers, in qualifier number 2, Gale Force Esports defeated Cloud9 2-1. C9's up, but we're going to Blackhearts. Now, back in the day, you could have said this was their best battleground.
Absolutely.
Back in the day. I don't know if that's true anymore.
I know they still scrim on it, so they've maintained practice on it.
Well, we will see. I'm actually. This was, in fact, a pick by Gale Force to go to Blackhearts. C9
He's
will have the first pick, first ban. Can you give us a song and stop taunting us?
He's actually
Yes.
He's actually
So this is it, guys. All the marbles. I don't know if we have an update on the other matchup happening, the other qualification match happening.
I keep closing out of the bracket for some reason.
Okay. It's happening over on Inverum stream. I believe it's twitch.tv/Inverum. They do, in fact, have a match happening. Cloud9 versus Gale Force. And then Panda Global versus Astral Authority. A few teams that are very, well known in the scene still have not been able to make it through. Tempo Storm fell to Astral Authority earlier today. And we also had Team Blaze end up falling. Panda Global fighting for their spot versus Astral right now. And of course, Niantic and Cognitive already have qualified from qualifier number 1, which happened last week.
Is this 3 qualifiers or 4?
There's 4. There's 4.
It's 4? Okay, so it's not
the
like
3. It's the 3 qualifiers, and then it's a double elimination bracket from the top 8 teams.
Top 8 seeds, yeah.
The top
so
8
like
teams that haven't qualified.
regions.
Right, exactly. In qualifier number 4. So qualifier 4 is like more of a these are the top teams remaining. They fought, they haven't earned their spot. This is their last chance, and 2 teams will advance from that. I'll let them know we are ready whenever. Just missing 1 player in the lobby right now, and then we are Gucci, as BKB would say. BKB is so addicted to the word Gucci right now. Shoutouts to you, BKB. I love you, buddy. To say it once again, I will be on airplanes all week long, so the normal stream will not be here. Going to do my best to make sure Town Hall happens, but it might be a little bit different as I will be on the road. I'll be announcing things throughout the week regarding all of that sort of stuff.
I'll be traveling soon, too. The same days Jake's traveling. So I don't stream normally, and I won't be streaming as well.
Great.
So there's like no expectations being broken here.
Well, alrighty, let's talk about this. So again, Tracer banned from the event as she's too new of a hero. She'll be enabled in the next qualifier. First pick on first ban of Falstad, followed by a ban on Zool. Immediate lock-in of Illidan here on Cloud9.
He's great on this map.
Yeah, he's
Mercs.
No,
Mercs. That's all that matters.
Mercs, and also just the size. Illidan's a hero that needs room to run around, flop over his targets, and just do his thing. And if they can immediately run behind their wall, well, then he's not going to get as much value. But if he's got a large playground, especially near Blackheart, where it's a long way from home, Illidan, it becomes a massive threat. So KT, a great response on the side of Gale Force. Probably going to go for a solo laner known as Thrall. Does Cloud9 just raw dog it and go Abathur Tassadar?
Excuse me, Jake. I don't think they do that. Well, they could go those heroes and not do what you said. I'm not like other co-casters, Jake. I don't just let that come out and don't react. Okay, you do those jokes to Gilly all through Heroes of the Dorm, and she's a good enough person that she just kind of rolls with it. No, not me.
Yeah.
I can't handle that, Jimmy.
Don't Google that. So Brightwing and Muradin both locked in early. Of course, these are 2 heroes that are great responses to Illidan play, so Cloud9 will pair it with that Illidan to deny that kind of denial. Abathur, going to be banned out here. We saw the power of that in the last game on C9, and they will now be looking for their next ban.
Well, they've got a pretty monster comp already. They're going to ban out the Sylvanas. I like the Sylvanas ban when you have an Illidan. As well, that would just be a terrifying comp from Gale Force. Is Gale Force going to pick up Tassadar? I feel like they have to. Is it going to be Rhaegar Tass here?
That would be scary.
Tass?
If they let those heroes pass by, they can't let Tassadar go. They cannot let Tassadar go. Oh, they're gonna try to stack? I mean, Asmodan does not do poorly against Illidan, and he's good on this map.
It's going to be Uther. I'm curious if they'll go for the Tass for the extra support on the Illidan.
I feel like passing up Tassadar here is a risky thing to do. Brightwing, Tassadar always, they cover each other very nicely. I mean, Tass has the immediate support and Brightwing has the sustained support. But namely, it's just you put that on Tassadar as well, and it's very good. So they are going to need a big ranged assassin to go with this, and Leeming hasn't been taken either. I just feel like Leeming Tass could round this up beautifully.
Yeah, Leeming Tass would be good. Maybe Zeratul Tass as well. We've seen them work with double melee assassin just then. It looked good. Maybe not so much versus the Uther. I mean, we knew for 100% sure it was going to be the Tassadar. Tass Brightwing Illidan is just monster comp when it comes to team fighting, contesting. As for that last pick, yeah, I agree with you. Leeming would be great.
Yeah, it seems like the natural thing to go for here. Leeming being hovered right now. Zoe, I cannot wait to eat food.
Dude, I'm hungry too, but I am probably just bedding.
Going straight to bed, huh?
Yeah. I'm just going to lay down and sleep until like 1 a.m., pack, do laundry. Probably going to reverse that order. Do laundry first, then pack. It's hard to pack while you have to do laundry at the same time. I'm sorry. Last pick here for Cloud9.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just got to be Li Ming. It just seems like the safe option. They're just thinking through all the scenarios as to what Gale Force could do for that final pickup. Gale Force showed Asmodan earlier. They do lock it in, so this is going to be a taste for blood stacking style of play. Also, the beam is actually quite good against an Illidan. When Illidan dives in, you just start channeling the all-shell burn, and Illidan does have to eventually disengage. So it is a smart pickup in this situation. It's just a matter of, does Gale Force fall too far behind in the early game? Panda Global versus Astral has just tied 1-1. Thank you for the update stream. That is good to know. So that will be the other qualification match happening on the other stream.
Snap. I don't know why I keep saying snap like that. I don't think Gale Force wins this map. I don't like the Asmodan pick. I think... Now, keep in mind, this is Gale Force, right? Some of these players just came off of winning Warriors of the Dorm. So I'm sure they're going to be rocking the ASU Asmodunk skin. But you have to commit a lot to it.
If
you have to commit to a lot to soaking the lanes. You're going to have to leave someone up there. It allows Illidan to just kind of control the map. If they can get stacks, this could be good late game, but this is a snowballing map. It's all about winning the early game, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Cloud9 coming in with a 1-0 lead. Game number 2 on Blackheart's Bay. Gale Force started out on fire in game number 1. Looked very, very powerful. But I'm not sure if they can bring that again. Asmodan is a hero that if like you said, if you get to the late game on even footings, you're in a fantastic spot. But Illidan is a hero that once you start to get ahead, he snowballs.
Yeah. Especially on this map, like you said. Well, guys, here we go. Game number 2 starting right now. This could be match point. Here on the left-hand side of the map in the blue trunks, it's going to be Gale Force Esports. Fury on the Joanna. Akaface on Uther. Rafflecopter on Thrall. Michael Udall playing the Asmodunk. And Crowan playing Kel'Thas.
On the opposite side, we do have Cloud9 currently up 1-0. K1 Pro going to be on Tassadar. We have King Caffeine on Murden, Arthalon. On Li Ming, Dunk Train going to be playing Brightwing, and iDream rounding up the team as Illidan. Tournament point for Cloud9. If they win this game, they have qualified for the second Summer Regional happening this June at ESL.
Take a look at talents, Jake. Perfect Storm picked up from King Caffeine. Not a talent we see him take very often. Second time we've seen it today. Interesting pickups there. And Arthalon going for Force Armor here, which I like. I really like. That is such a smart pickup from Arthalon. Does that know? Force Armor, whenever Magic Missiles hits an enemy hero, it reduces the damage from the next ability against you by 50% and can hold up to 4 charges. Now let's say Azmodan starts getting rolling, Jake, and throws those Blackpool orbs that, you know, would generally do a lot of damage to Arthalon. If he has a charge of that, it's going to do 50% less. It's really smart pickup from Arth.
All right, well, we do see the first chests have been spawned, and immediately we have the face shift coming up here from Brightwing. Illidan rotating from the left side, so he will be flanking in. This is something that I don't think Gale Force is well aware of, and a lot of damage being thrown out. Hammer has to be cast here. Condemn brings in iDream, but the stun from King Caffeine secures the kill in Kael'thas.
Yeah, and because Thrall didn't contest bottom, that is 9 of the 10 gems from the chest going over to Cloud9. Already securing themselves a very significant lead here, Jake.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do see the shields being cast on King Caffeine. They're doing their best to farm those stacks. That's something we'll have to keep our eye on throughout this game. Michael Udall going to be farming up to 42 bonus damage so far in this game.
Well, Michael Udall trying to build the stacks as well as he can. I will keep my eye on these for you, Jake.
Thanks, BB.
And we'll see how much damage. He's already up to 50 bonus damage at 2 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Johanna, it's the classic combo. She just uses that condemn, pulls other things, and you also have Kael'thas to help with that. You rotate between these 2 lanes, and you just farm 2 lanes successfully at a time. But Cloud9 does have a nice, small, experienced lead. They've taken out a tower in mid already, and considering they had those 9 coins from the 2 chests, Illidan can safely just pop back, grab a single pirate camp, and get the turn in. So this will be it. This will be the first turn in very soon if iDream goes uncontested, and that will take out the mid fort, securing a nice experience lead for Cloud9.
This is pretty good from Michael Udall so far. We're already up to 84 stacks.
Wow, that's great.
And usually, by the time you hit 10, Jake, you want to round at least 120 to 150 damage so you can solo farm. And we're already at 96 in 2 minutes.
That's really good.
This is really good.
So C9 has a few options, right, when it comes to dealing with Azmodan. Option 1 is to just force him back, right? Try to find those ganks and flanks. But they're not really doing that. They're doing option 2, which is literally just farm the objective. They're throwing Dream around. Dream's doing his best to get a bit of collection throughout the map. And from that, we'll see how it pays off in the end.
3 minutes into the game. Blackheart's Bay. One of the original Azmodan maps. It was the old Tempo Storm that first busted out this Azmodan play style, with Soldier playing the hero. And this used to be the map they busted it out on.
It's true.
Having these 2 short lanes allows Azmodan to farm very easily. This was before Tomb of the Spider Queen came out, by the way.
Okay.
This was
Calf going ham onto a very far forward Crowan on Tassadar, doing as much damage as they can, but the sustain of Alcaface is plentiful. Azmodan has been getting that farm on, probably well over 100 at this point. The Glow will secure the clear on this lane with the Flame Strike of Kael'thas, but the bottom lane has mercenary camps picked up here from Dream. A lot of damage done to these structures already. I mean, they took out the entire bottom wall with a bruiser camp. They've taken out the middle fort already. C9, in terms of objectively, they've got almost a level lead and just great pressure on the fortifications.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to win the early game for sure. That's what happens when you draft Azmodan, which is why it's scary to do it on this map. But the late game damage is going to be real. King Crafty getting hit in a gravity lap is going to take some life damage, but they're not going to win any fights without Thrall right now. Jake, taking a look at Azmodan, dude. 162 bonus damage already.
Fantastic.
For Michael Udall.
That's really good.
He can almost solo farm without Blackpool.
Okay, well, the response here from Gale Force, they've managed to hold on to to this game for the most part. They haven't fallen behind in experience, which is absolutely critical. And C9, although they are winning the coin count in this game, there is a timer against them. If that Azmodan does get too farmed up, it's going to be tough for the Tassadar and Brightwing to keep up with the sustain.
Oh, absolutely.
Dream?
The damage is insane once you get level 10. iDream going to be able to get out there just fine. More stacks going over to Michael Udall. Just now hitting 198 damage, Jake. This is insane.
Okay.
This is really fast.
Yeah, it is really fast, but C9's about to have another turn-in. This turn-in should take out the top 4. That's going to leave just a single fort down bottom, quite vulnerable. I don't think they're going to try to contest Asmodee in the top lane. I just see them grabbing the mercenary camps, trying to push out the bottom and final fort, and they'll have a window with level 10 well before their opponents.
I think this is fine, dude. I think this is completely okay for Gale Force Esports right now. Yeah, they're losing structures. They're going to fall behind on 10, but the moment Michael Udall hits 10 and they can start contesting points because he's not having to farm these 2 lanes, dude, he's already halfway through his stacks.
That's actually disgusting.
I don't remember what the world record was. I know Arthlon holds it right now, but this has to be close, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is insanely fast building of stacks.
Okay. Well, Cloud9, they've been dominating the coin count. The other thing to point out is that, yes, they're getting a lot of coin turn-ins, but it gets more expensive each and every time they do it. They do have the level 10 advantage right now with Force Wall, Blink Heal, Disintegrate. It is going to be Metamorphosis and Avatar, but they just lost Brightwing.
Yeah, iDream going to go down as well. There's the Metamorphosis being used. They're trying to kite back. Rest of Cloud9 here is the good Force Wall coming out from K1 Pro, but Rafflecopter and Fury are able to get out. Rafflecopter might actually die. He doesn't have Akaface near him. Can he get in range for the heals? They're actually just abandoning Rafflecopter to kite back. That's going to be another kill going over to Cloud9. It's currently 2-1, but finally just about to hit level 10.
Okay.
See how this game is going to swing now that they're on even tier.
1 minute till the bottom bruisers are up. It looks like Dream is going to turn in his 5 gems. That'll leave 9 left to turn in, or needed to turn in, with 6 in their pockets. So they're a few away from getting that next turn in, which will eliminate the final fort. If they're feeling a little bit like aggressive, they could easily push out that bottom fort with a little bit of pressure once they have either one mercenary camp, but that'd be the bruiser camp, 35 seconds from now. Let's take a look at his stacks. I mean,
290.
290 bonus damage from the Globe of Annihilation. Only 7 minutes of this game with Blackpool. That is disgustingly
It's going to slow
powerful.
down now. I don't think Michael's going to keep just farming at this point. I think he's going to, they're going to start contesting points, start doing merc camps, and stop babysitting them, especially since it's so risky to be up top because they don't have any forts they can retreat to. That's what's happening right now. Nice use of Iron Skin. The timing from King Caffeine was a little bit off there, so the Stormbolt does not end up connecting.
Body blocks.
He's in a bad spot. There comes the Globe, and that kill! The iDream instantly with the Globe!
2 heroes dead, a huge coin turnover, and Gale Force looking monstrous already. Look at that damage on Arthlon. Already doing quite a bit.
Damage reduction, too.
Right. That's... Oh my goodness. All right, K1 Pro stalling this out. It's quite a while before Illidan and Murden are back in this fight, so Dunk and K1 need to be very careful here. Hammer of Justice, but Psystorm is there to stop Crowin from getting even 4 in. 19 in the pockets of Gale Force. They do have more than enough for that first turn in, but after the successful stall of Cloud9, they're going to back away, realizing they're back up in full force.
I think someone in chat just said the world record's 1130. I don't think they'll beat that. They're already at 350 damage. But they're not just farming right now. When Arthlon hit the world record, their goal was to actually beat the world record. I think Balrog got the record the day before.
Fury doesn't have any support super nearby. The Force Wall locking him down. 5 coins on him if they get the blow up. Li Ming with a nice orb. Gravity Lapse over the wall, and the Divine Shield does get the sustain for him at the moment. Cloud9 has Dream in the front. Meta's going to need to be cast. No dive gets him out of there, and they're going to be able to sustain. Force Wall beautifully placed, but the orb coming out doing huge damage to Arthlon. Blink Heal has to be used by Dunk Train. Cloud9 is incredibly low. Another orb could spell complete disaster. Gale Force is on the aggressive, and the orb does not get the kill on iDream.
No, but gets them low. They're forced to retreat here.
Great phase shift. Dunk Train, that he knew. The moment Sundering hit, Dunk Train cast that phase shift.
Nice, well done from him. Level 13 actually hit here first, despite no forts going down. Remember when suddenly Cloud9 cleared 3 forts on Sky Temple and they're a 2-level lead? Jesus, K1. 372 bonus damage already.
This is, and it's not going to get any easier. This is a very tough scenario for Cloud9. Now, Murden currently scouting this out. This means iDream can turn in the 10 he has. He only needs 9 of those. Crowin stepping in, going to have the Flame Trick and the Globe, stalling this out for the time being. Tassadar is not here. Cloud9, this is not a fight they can win without Tassadar.
Yeah, they need to have K1 Pro here. The point is being contested. Thrall with a slow rotation. Michael Udall is here.
He just farmed mid. So
186 stacks.
Yep, Orb has just been cast, though. It'll be ready in just about 2 seconds.
Here comes the dunk. iDream is going to avoid it. Good job so far. They need to keep casting random spells at Arthon to get those procs, by the way. It's like breaking blocks.
All right, Michael Udall being focused. Divine Shield does come out, and Dunk Train gets flanked a little bit by Ruffle in the back. King Caffeine very far forward. Avatar has already been used, but Michael Udall manages to stay alive. Great support by Akaface. Rafflecopter throws out the Sundering. The Li Ming gets the orb, and we will see iDream diving forward, trying to get the kill, but no, Raffle survives, and Tassadar goes down. King Caffeine is down to a sliver of health, and iDream, with the 10 coins, is all by himself.
Akaface, dude, how did he keep everyone so low on that end? iDream easily chunked the half out. Arthon going for a face on the Michael.
10 coins.
Not gonna save him. Did
Dunk Train
extend one orb?
Oh, he's dead. He is dead. Oh, he picked the wrong. He picked the wrong route. Crowin throws in Flame Strike. Barely does not kill Dunk Train.
Big stack wave here in the middle.
That's all the coins that were on the side of C9.
Ruined Christmas for Michael. Oh, but he does get that top wave. That's 404 stacks already.
Boy.
I mean, he's not going to beat the record at this point. Again, they stopped farming. You know?
Right.
He started going for team fights and stuff.
They're also playing against Cloud9, right? You know, setting a world record against one team is one thing.
Devasorb did it versus randoms, I believe. So.
Yeah, so that's actually a big variable you have to consider.
He would have 100% beat the world record if he would have just played like stupid and just farmed only. But they're winning the game because of this. They have so many gems right now, or coins, excuse me. Actually, let me check how many coins they are holding. 25.
25 to the 4 of C9. Johanna is immediately there. King Caffeine will not get there in time. That is a full 12 turned in with no risk. It looks like Gale Force is going to start the boss. Oh, excuse me, Cloud9 is going to start the boss immediately after seeing that turn-in happen. But if this gets scouted out, I mean, 16
is... That's why they're coming up here.
Yeah, dude. 16 is around the corner. Yes, K1 Pro has Force Ball. A lot of damage onto Michael Udall. Force Ball locks him down. Isolated. Huge damage in, but Divine Shield does come out, keeping him alive. Metamorphosis to re-engage as iDream. They're working on Michael Udall, the Polymorph, with the damage from Li Ming, but Sundering from Ruffle will take out Arthalon in the backside. Get that final Chain Lightning, and they got to kill. Michael Udall is still alive, even with King Caffeine in the back, and that is a 3-0 in favor of Gale Force.
I'm done with this game, dude. I don't know what to say. How did Michael Udall not die there? Dude. It was a 3 versus 5 for a good 10 seconds. The rotation from Joanna and Thrall was so slow. They were on Michael from the start, and Akaface, dude. He's a god.
He is playing absolutely brilliantly. This is a boss. All 3 forts of C9 are now down. We had a situation where 2 forts were down where C9 hadn't taken any damage. And guess what? That bottom fort that was supposed to go down 10 minutes ago or 5, whatever it is, still standing and strong. And now C9 is so very far on the back foot.
I don't have words for how this game has just it was like Cloud9 was like, you know, they're racing, right? They're going super fast, or, you know, they're about to beat some, you know, like race record, and then, you know, they get a flat tire, they start slowing down, then suddenly they crash into a wall and it just stops. All momentum just gone out of nowhere. They've just ripped control of this game from Cloud9, and I don't see them getting it back at all.
Yeah,
this is Gale Force Esports game right here.
It seems like it. I mean, I can feel that game 3 now, but Cloud9, this will not be enough to take out this mid keep. So there's no critical damage done to them quite yet. Yes, Gale Force is holding a surplus of coins right now, but that's not like they have it permanently. If Cloud9 can take one team fight, sub 20, this could be theirs. Peekaboo will reveal that they're here. Doesn't actually show exactly where they are. Fury will be able to get that point, so there are Knights in favor of Gale Force, but they're diving in hard. The Sundering comes out very early in the battle, but Illidan just gets blown up like he's a plush toy.
Yeah, they were expecting no burst outside of that Blackpool glow, but the Eve, the March of Sin from Michael Udall, burned through iDream. One glow puts Dunk Train almost dead.
Wow. I mean, the Asmodan's composition, they farmed like gods, and they are just dominating as a result. Illidan down for 15. Cloud9 has to concede both of these chests that spawned. Mercenaries in favor, with orbs coming in left and right. Dunk Train almost died to that orb out of left field.
Uh-oh, Michael Udall caught here in the middle. It's Asmodee, though. He's so tanky. Brightwing's teleporting in. He's taking a lot of burst, though. Crowan not there in time. He gets polymorph. They finally kill off the Asmoduck, but are they in trouble? Crowan comes in with a great chain bomb. Not going to be able to kill off Dunk Train. They have to retreat. Nice Stormbolt. Good cleanse coming out from Akaface. Good grab.
Wow.
Well, that should spell their escape.
Okay, Mercenaries still in bottom, mid-keep low on the side of C9. 2-level lead here for Gale Force. They're going to continue their quest to collect coins left and right. This giant camp alone will secure them enough coins for the turn-in. K1 Pro puts in a few, 5 more in the bank of Cloud9, but they need to collect 1 more coin. Dunk Train is on that. If they get this turn-in, it will put down that final fort, but it will not be enough to eliminate a keep at this point in the game. 15 seconds on that death timer of Michael Udall, so there's no real chance of Gale Force doing anything until then.
I don't know if we ended up saying it, but he is at max stats now. He is capped out. 500 bonus damage, which is the most you can get. So no more need to farm. It's still great wave clear. Middle keep almost down here for Cloud9. They can get a single turn in, more map pressure out. And they're about to hit level 20. They've got a 2-level lead. So Gale Force still in a phenomenal position this game. They do see Michael Udall here. Are they willing to contest this Bruiser camp? I think that would be a bit too risky for Cloud9.
Yeah, that orb does a good bit of damage. Has been spent. 20 is very, very close. Dunk Train getting that global soak here in the bottom lane. And yes, the siege is going out. The towers it gets are nice. It's going to give a lot of experience to C9, but not enough.
Well, level 20 almost here for Gale Force. Curious to see what level 20s they'll end up taking. Arthlon trying to clear out those bruisers in the top. 21 gem coins here for Gale Force, so they do have enough for that turn, and I'm expecting them to head down there as soon as they have that 20.
Yeah, Li Ming needs to rotate right now. Arthlon needs to get there. They're going to put this pressure on. They're looking at K1 Pro as their target. Brightwing is face shifting away, but gets out just before the Sundering hits. Sundering completely whiffs in that situation. A big misplay on the side of Gale Force.
Yeah, that's a long time for that Heroics down, but they still have 20 versus 18. Boltful Storm picked up on Asmo for a little bit more mobility. When he gets up, Dunk Train immediately half HP.
They're going for Raffle here in the bottom. No Sundering for the disengage. Force Wall locks him in place. He has to bolt away. Level 20 flexing that advantage right now.
Why is Rafflecopter going for flanks right now if he doesn't have Sundering? He should just be with his team poking with Chain Lightning.
Okay, they stall out the turn-in. Globe will connect on no one this time around. Fury gonna take a good brunt of damage, but of course, that is Johanna. We still have all of the heroics except for Sundering available in the entire game right now. We'll see what kind of impact these heroics can have.
King Caffeine getting pretty low. Globe not hitting anyone again, and that's really starting to become a problem for them. They're not going to win fights if they can't connect Globe, so Michael Udall needs to, just kind of realign himself with the universe and start getting those to connect. There comes a big burst onto iDream. Globe actually went exactly where he was standing. I wonder if he was expecting iDream to dive on him.
Wow, Crowan.
Very low from Li Ming.
You see iDream wants to go ham right now. He wants to go deep. Divine Shield is being saved for the moment that he does that. A big pull in from Fury, and they burst down King Caffeine on Murden, but Dream gets the kill on KT in the back. Divine Shield on the wrong target. A huge orb from behind, and now Fury is in a terrible spot. The Sundering came off cooldown, and they get Dunk Train on Brightwing. Can they turn this around? The orbs are having a huge reset. iDream so surviving in the front, staying alive for a very long time, and Arthlon could get the snowball here with the resets. Yes, that will be a kill. No, just barely not. They stay alive, and they have to disengage.
The moment Michael Udall missed, or Akaface missed Divine Shield on Kill Thoughts, that was the moment the fight ended. I feel like they would have won that fight if that didn't happen.
Right, it went on to Asmodan. It should have been on KT.
Who was full health, completely fine. Michael Udall missing a bunch of globes there hurt as well, because towards the end of that fight, where you saw a lot of members low, Michael Udall was out of mana. And it's a very mana-intensive style, so we do have the chest spawning, though.
Yeah.
It's 12 gems on the end of Gale Force.
All right, C9 now has enough coins to turn in. With this bottom chest, that's going to give enough coins to Gale Force. iDream walks right in to a party bush here, and that is a very costly mistake. Illidan is dead for a full minute.
Showing the power of Benediction at level 16 from Uther. That double stun helps secure that kill. Fury turning in 4 gems here. The team's isolated, though. They have to be careful. They don't have Fury and Rafflecopter with them.
Yeah, K1 can zone them out.
They don't have up yet either.
All right, KT is back in action. Stun thrown out on Udall. Globe will connect on Arthlon. Yeah, this is just C9 has to back away. Now, Gale Force dominated both of those chests. That's 24 gems in their pocket. Raffle will get 13 in right now. This turn-in will not only eliminate the middle keep, but it will eliminate the top keep as well. So this turn-in is huge. It really turns the tide in this game and puts Cloud9 on their last legs.
That's going to get another turn in here. That's going to get that middle keep.
Yeah, mid and top. Should get both.
Should get both, like I said. This is going to be a good position for them to be in at this point. Illidan is about to be up. I'm curious if they're going to try and go for core here. K1 Pro does scout this out. Force Wall to try and force them back off of this. K1 Pro actually getting traded on pretty low.
A lot of damage, yeah. Trying to force Raffle out. Raffle does step forward. The phase shift in from Brightwing, and they're trying to seclude Thrall. Fury coming from behind. Stormbolt has been used, and Cloud9 does not get it. They don't get the kill. Sundering is now going to be a huge issue. Raffle can look for the flank. They're going on to King Caffeine. The focus on Murden is working out. There is no sustain for him in sight. The blink he'll use, but he goes down. Divine Shield saving Thrall, and a huge Sundering on 2. The Globe is doing too much damage. iDream has to leave, and Cloud9 has just fallen apart.
Yep, they're getting chased down. Michael Udall with the bolt forward. Arthlon with the Tastar shield to try to keep him alive. The Globe comes out. K1 Pro on his last leg, trying to kite away. Can they get the kill onto K1? Gravilex does not connect with Arthlon. K1 Pro trying to mount up. Akaface looking for the dismount. Even if he survives, though, I don't think it matters, Jake. 5 versus 2. Only Tastar leaming up. Akaface still has plenty of mana. Everyone is healthy. There's the GG called, and Gale Force Esports ties up the series 1-1, Jake.
What a crazy match. I mean, Gale Force farmed like absolute gods throughout that game. I don't know, it's like a 10-minute, 500 stacks, just about 12-minute maybe. It was very impressive regardless. And Cloud9 just couldn't. Once they fell behind, that was it.
Yeah, in the draft that we questioned the Asmodee, and we didn't, like, we were expecting Cloud9 to not just let Gale Force just farm infinite stacks, but you know, when you look at their composition in retrospect, how does Cloud9 stop?
How do they get early kills? They don't. They don't.
There's no, like, even if they try to engage onto Gale Force wins that fight because of how tanky they are.
Yeah.
So it's just not something we realized in the draft, but there was no way for Cloud9 to deny that farming because of how they drafted this composition.
Well, game number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like last qualifier, man. It's tied 1-1. I'm curious. I don't know if I think Gale Force won game 1 of that last qualifier. I can actually check.
Okay.
I think I can check. I can't check. It's not. It doesn't have it saved on Wikipedia. But it was a 2-1 in favor of Gale Force, and if they can close out the set, it'll be a repeat of that last second qualifier for Austin. But they won't get away with Asmodee again.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a very specific map. That was their map of choice. They planned on doing that from the beginning, I would imagine. And the moment Cloud9 win Illidan, they probably went, excellent. This is exactly what we want. Because it worked. It worked very well. So Cloud9 now gets to choose which, if they want the first pick or the map pick. And that will be our third and final game of the evening. The team that wins here qualifies once again for the regional event, the second regional event for North America.
Yeah, which take place in Burbank in June, right before the Worlds in Sweden.
Yeah.
And they've changed the format from spring. And they released a statement about how it actually works, but if 2 different teams win them, those 2 go to Worlds. If the same team... If the same team wins it once and 2 different teams get second place, those 2 will play off in like a match to see who qualifies. So it's really cool. We get more LAN events, which means more money for the players, which is exactly what we need. Helps motivate them to play more.
It's more everything, dude. It's great. It's great for the scene. So awesome stuff. You know what, guys? We're actually going to go to a quick commercial break as we get ready for the third and final game. I desperately need water. So we'll be back in just a few, guys. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome back here as we're hopping right into the draft for game number 3. It has just begun. Falstad, banned on the side of Gale Force. This is game number 3 between Gale Force and Cloud9. Zoya, you pumped, buddy?
Oh, I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is game 3. This is qualification. This is for all the marbles. The one team that wins this match will advance on it. Now, I haven't had time to check the bracket when I was running to grab water. Do you know if the result of the other matchup if it's finalized?
Let me ask in chat.
Thanks, Zoya. Cloud9 really thinking about this one. Dragonshire, a map all about rotations. C9 has shown strong use of heroes like Dahaka to really catch people off guard in the past. Looking to ban out Zool for the presence he has to just push out a lane very quickly. And, of course, the lockdown provided by that hero.
Wow, no one answered me, man. I'm sad. I don't know if that other sits over Jake. I don't.
It's okay, man.
Well, this is the map where I say Dahaka is S tier, man. First pick worthy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Especially the way Calf plays him. You'd put a player like Calf or BKB on Dahaka. Not like this. Not like this. First pick, Asmodan. It could happen.
I think they're trolling us.
You know, regardless.
No. No.
KT, there it is.
That makes more sense.
Using the hover for mental games here in the final game of this qualifier. Now, note, Cloud9 has already used all of their bonus pool just in the first ban. They're down to 2 seconds of that bonus pool. And that's something that can be very impactful. They like to think and talk over things and figure out which direction they want to go in the draft, but now they have no time. Thrall needs to be picked here. Who else will be paired with him? They're out of time. Thrall.
Maybe Li Ming?
So bonus pool spent. They've got 25 seconds. Li Ming makes sense. You don't want to give them Li Ming KT. You have to be... This is a map where Illidan's not as...
Maybe Dahaka.
As wonderful. I could see Dahaka. It's
Dahaka or Li Ming.
Or Tyrande. Tyrande is also an option. Even Muradin, but I think I like Dahaka better than Muradin. All right, there's a Li Ming. Should be locked in. Yep. Time's out, Li Ming.
Gale Force. Joanna Asmo?
It could very well happen. They're going to do it.
I think they're messing with us.
You know, regardless, there's a mental game to it. It's very smart. Just be like, hey, look, we can do this at any time. And this is a map where
No, Cloud9 doesn't see that from their draft perspective, by the way.
Oh, really?
Only we see them hovering the heroes.
I didn't know that.
Of course,
they could open this draft link. They have this draft link, so
that is true, but most teams don't. Brightwing Dahaka?
Akaface. Akaface known for his Brightwing. This is saying Illidan to me. Illidan, KT, Brightwing. Now, the later the game goes, okay, Muradin. This is likely going to be a Dahaka ban from Gale Force. Cloud9. Ban Tass, maybe? Ban Illidan?
I'd say Illidan, yeah.
They have 2 seconds. Sonya. They're worried about Sonya in that front line. The Illidan ban going to come out from Gale Force potentially here.
I don't know why. I don't see Cloud9. Tyrande makes sense here. Rexxar is a good ban.
That is a good ban.
Rexxar or Tyrande?
If you guys weren't watching earlier today, Cloud9 actually had some great success with Rexxar. Played him on multiple maps. They're known for running Rexxar on Dragonshire in the past. So it definitely could end up happening here. The several heroes being hovered right now, really being thought out. Gale Force has been very quick with their earlier decisions, so they're awarded that big bonus pool going into the mid-ban, and it's good for them to be able to talk this over.
They're thinking really hard on what they want to ban, which is smart. I definitely think that Tyrande would be a good option. If Cloud9 goes ETC Tyrande here, that's terrifying. We're going to go Zeratul. So keep in mind, Rexar is an option. We saw them running in the lower tournaments and the lower matches, and he's great on this map. It's the only map that he's ever been competitively viable on. So there's the Tyrande. It should be the ETC. That's what I was just talking about. ETC Tyrande, man, is terrifying on this map. If you go watch, I believe you casted it, Jake, on this map last week. Dragonshire, Tempest Storm versus Cognitive Gaming. Cog had ETC Tyrande on this map.
It's so scary.
And it was terrifying.
I mean, to be completely honest, they could go ETC Tyrande and last pick Rexar at this point. That sounds like a scary team full of stuns, and it sounds like a C9 composition to me. It's not
good too.
It's not going to be Dream playing that last pick. Dahaka still works with this. Rexar still makes sense.
Maybe. I don't know if I like Rexar Dahaka with a solo support Tyrande.
I don't know.
It's just like so little healing for your front line. And they're both very squishy frontline warriors. They need
Misha, you just make Misha like your tank, and Misha has men pet. Rexar becomes healer. Go face. I guess that's not going face. But all right. 22 seconds on the bonus pool of Gale Force. They do need a little bit more damage. Melee's on the table. Not many. Illidan's still there. Do they want to run Illidan versus a Tyrande, Thrall, Dahaka? Probably not. Brightwing, not a hero that can really afford to cleanse, so they do need a second support. Tassadar being hovered still could be Illidan, but again, there are no cleanses. Generally speaking, you see Face Shield on Brightwing. She could go cleanse, but it's incredibly unlikely, and you're hindering a big part of her kit.
That's the problem with picking Brightwing so early, is it just kind of like your opponent reads that and goes, okay, well, we're just going to go CC. Can be devastating. There's a lot of CC. Tyrande, Dahaka, Thrall. So no cleanse really hurts. And now Gale Force with their last pick. They're down to 6 seconds.
Again, talking about Rexar. How does Rexar pair versus Illidan? Illidan is locked in for Gale Force.
I mean, it's just extra CC, which is good for him.
But does he struggle, or is Misha enough to peel?
Well, Rexar doesn't lose to anyone 1v1.
Fair enough.
Rexar is silly.
Cloud9.
He's two heroes, man.
One final pick in this draft.
Yeah. I like the Uther pickup here. Lost K1 Pro to play Tyrande.
You think it'll be a D-Shield with just Starfall or a D-Storm?
It should be D-Shield.
Sometimes you do see Divine Storm picked against Illidan.
Divine Storm could work here potentially.
Yeah.
I think that's overkill though.
Yeah.
With Dahaka, Drag, Tyrande, Lunar Flare, Feral Spirit from Thrall, and then Uther Stun, that's already 4 CCs. I don't think you need Divine Storm to make this work.
I agree. This
is the composition style that Cloud9 looked disgusting with all day, and then teams started banning it out. And maybe Gale Force forgot about this. This is scary.
Alrighty, friends, we are loading in to the third and final game of the evening here. Cloud9 versus Gale Force. The team that wins qualifies for the second North America Regional happening at ESL in Los Angeles. And you know what, guys? Get on Twitter. Tell your friends about this. Support your favorite teams. If you think Cloud9 can do it and you're rooting for them, let everyone know on the Twitterverse. Yeah, tweet at Heroes Esports. And be sure to
tag everyone on Cloud9 except for iDream, because that guy's the worst.
Be sure to let them know that you're enjoying the event if you are. But loading in, Cloud9 in the blue with iDream. Going to be playing Thrall, K1 Pro and Tyrande, Dunk Train playing Uther, King Caffeine going to be on Dahaka, and Arthalon on the Li Ming.
Before we introduce the other team, I just want to compliment iDream. That synergy, skin and mouth.
Skinnergy.
He looks
like
great.
Money Pigs, dude.
I love Money Pigs, dude. I wrote a song and have an emote dedicated to Money Pigs. Get it on the right-hand side of the map in the red trunks. Gale Force Esports. Crowan playing Kel'Thas, Rafflecopter on Tassadar, Michael Udall on Illadino, Akaface on Brightwing, and Fury playing Muradin.
Dahaka gonna burrow straight to the center of the map, and the Owl will scout in favor of the team. But it is going to be a bit of a minion block in the middle. They want to force these minions more to their side of the map. No urgency to get blown up here by Dahaka, but I like the immediate aggression from C9 onto that one tower, and then the response of the shield of Tassadar.
Someone just said that Panda Global won 2-1 over Gale or over
All right.
Guster Bus.
Unofficial result reported in from the chat. If that is the case, congratulations to Panda Global.
Yeah. We'll get an actual update soon. Taking a look at level 1 talents, King Caffeine going for the wave clear, Primal Aggression. Going to help him split push.
Calf gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Oh, Burrows dodges both the Storm Bolt and the Gravity Lapse. A costly expense there. And with the grab from King Caffeine, Hunter's Mark is so scary. That's why I love the cooldown reduction at Hunter's Mark at level 1.
A little bit of miss focus fire, though. Dunk Train going on Crow and King Caffeine going on Murder. They would have won the same target. They might have been able to secure a kill there. But still, like you said, yeah, with Hunter's Mark, it's just so much damage.
Okay, the typical 4-1 split. Illidan Thrall in the top lane. That's a lane Illidan does decently in versus Thrall. He's got a lot of self-sustain, especially in the current iteration of the game. Will be controlling that top temple, both being controlled right now by Gale Force. And the Gravity Lapse actually gets an early dragon here for Gale Force Esports.
Fury showing Dunk Train his shame, punting him far away. Don't know what he's doing, though.
I guess he's just trying to dance, seeing if they'll leave him alone. He's going to rotate up and join up with Michael Udall on Illidan.
The split push is really good from Gale Force. They're split pushing bottom while pushing hard top with the Dragon Knight.
Great Gravity Lapse.
Cloud9 to spread out their resources.
Yeah. You know, when you G-Lapse Dunk Train like that, you deny him his approach, you deny him that Hammer of Justice, which is going to net him the value that he's looking for, and getting that kill. The Dragon going to be successful in taking out this top wall and maybe a little bit more. Dream is doing his best to, cost-effectively burn through it. But, man, these Gravity Lapses from Crowan have been fantastic, and King Caffeine is taking a lot of damage.
Goes up the burrow. Lunar Flare from Kai1 Pro catching no one. There's Mark going on Michael Udall, but he's already gotten away. No kills just yet. About a half-level lead here for Gale Force Esports. They're doing a good job of controlling the rotations and doing a lot of damage to Cap. Nice Fury dodging that grab.
Well done. Okay, teams have been split up. Already a level lead on the side of Gale Force Esports with that early dragon. Very impactful. King Caffeine, you see, he's going back to base on Dahaka. Could mean that he's going to look for a flank. He often will wait, get his mana, and then burrow to an aggressive position. Actually, it's going to be where this Brightwing was, but Akaface has just backed away.
We do see that the wave being cleared here. Drag not going to connect with anyone there. King Caffeine going to reposition himself. It's been a while, but that's going to be Envenom picked up from My Dream.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice. Yeah, let's take a look at the talents. Envenom, so he's going for basically early kill potentially. Wants a strong early game. But man, K1 is missing a lot of Lunar Flares in this game.
Yes, he's missed like the last 3 or 4, which is very uncharacteristic of him. But he keeps trying to send them out raw.
That's true.
Not going for, follow-up stun, which is very difficult.
And it's also, it's mana, it's not cost effective at all. Like, it's not like Lunar Flare is cheap. You gotta be resource savvy.
Yeah, savvy. Yeah, sure.
Oh, these cats.
Level 7 almost picked up here from Gale Force Esports. iDream dueling out with Michael Udall in the top lane. Brightwing teleporting to him. iDream might be in trouble.
Polly.
Is going to connect. iDream being attacked at our tower, and he is going to fall. First blood to Gale Force.
Yeah, I mean, King Caffeine has rotated up. He's going to be able to soak the lane, but yeah, that's a big kill. The Drag pulling Udall in, but the shields are plentiful from the Brightwing. Rotation from Dunk Train and K1 Pro will back away as soon as they realize Michael Udall is rotating down. And we do have the next Dragon phase coming up. Both shrines, bottom one going to go straight to Murden, played by Fury on Gale Force. Top shrine being held by King Caffeine, bullying Dahaka away. But look at this. Experienced lead and Mercenaries being picked up by Michael Udall.
K1 Pro trying to cap this bottom shrine. Fury getting onto the point.
Lunar Flare missed.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, dude. Landing raw stuns is hard on Tyrande.
Okay.
Not an easy feat to pull off here. But both shrines being controlled by Cloud9 here at the top, though. Crow and Akaface going to be able to take that one away. Gravity Lapse goes down onto King Caffeine. He's already at half HP. Oh, he might be in trouble here as Michael Udall rotates up as well. Akaface can get in range to potentially get that polymorph. Michael Udall is going to die for it. The burrow does go down. Do they have the follow-up? Then they do kill King Caffeine. Another kill going over to Gale Force, 2-0.
It's working out. And, losing a hero right now might not seem like the biggest of deals, but this forces Cloud9 to put a big presence in top lane. Top Shrine is already under control by Gale Force. The well has gone down. There's a mercenary camp pushing in, and they need to defend this. They don't want to take a ton of damage right here. They cannot afford it, actually. But with the Lunar Flare connecting Hunter's Mark, Gravity Labs going in onto K1 Pro. K1 Pro is going to get blown up here. And this game is just running way in favor of Gale Force. Even iDream could go down here.
Whoa! Wow. That's 4 kills to 0. That's level 10 picked up.
That's a free fort, too. Like, that fort should not go down here.
The Towers of Doom game, I believe, was the one Cloud9 won versus these guys, where they had, well, I don't know if it was these guys, might have been the last set. The team Cloud9 was playing had Kael'thas Illidan, and they were able to beat it by abusing the Dahaka Brightwing, double global, and just get pick after pick after pick. That's not the same draft this game, though. Different map, and the Illidan Kael'thas is really showing its power right now.
Okay, well, King Caffeine did manage to grab that top shrine and stall that out. Right now, we do see Pierce is here, so they could interrupt this. Pierce actually, the owl going the wrong way, but Toronto will be able to cap the bottom shrine in favor of C9. Ooh, just as I say that, Fury denies that capture, and a dragon is picked up by Rafflecopter in the middle of the map.
Yeah, the second Dragonite going over to Gale Force.
They need 10, there it is.
Cloud9 is hitting level 10. Heroics looking pretty normal. Again, we'll be seeing Starfall, not
K1. He's dead.
K1, you're dead.
Yeah. Man, rotations so very much on point so far in this game. Dragon's going to do a ton of damage. But top 4, it's already there, and it's a 5-0 kill lead for Gale Force. But I got to hand it to Cloud9. They did deal with this Dragonite very well. When the whole team rotated down to kill K1 Pro, the Rafflecopter pretty much lost his entire health bar. But Gale Force is pushing into this bottom lane, doing the damage that they would have got from the Dragon.
We do see them pushing into this bottom fort, Jake. Arthlon getting chucked very low just from the one combo from Crowan. That's pre-16. Key Caffeine doing the best he can. He's got really good split push up here, but 2-level lead still maintained. No, only one fort has fallen, though, for Cloud9. So it's not the end of the world for them. They just need to try and minimize this experience deficit.
I mean, the Soak King Caffeine got up here. That's actually a really big deal. It's a lot of experience they desperately need right now. So, just utilizing that global presence of the hero very nicely, but they're still going to be down level 13 to level 11 in just a moment. And that's going to give a nice, strong window of opportunity for Gale Force. And look at the way that, Gale Force is positioned. They're pretty much spread out between this bottom lane, taking every advantage they can. They're getting Soak in all 3 lanes. They're grabbing this forward mercenary camp. King Caffeine walking right by all these minions, but his team isn't here to capitalize and deny this camp.
Level 13 here for Gale Force Esports. Pretty important tier for these guys. We'll see what level 13 talent Kael'thas wants to go. Normally we see the cooldown reduction, and that's what we're going to see from Pyromaniac. So he's going to be playing at standard. And they're just going to keep maintaining this 2-level lead, Jake. That's exactly what they need. Once they hit 16, man, Crowan becomes a monster.
He thought he was going to get hit by the Gravity Lab, so he burrowed unnecessarily, just allowing Fury to get a free Storm Bolt. And that was basically the Haka out of commission for a good amount of time. And oh my goodness, the damage forced that instant Divine Shield on K1 Pro.
Silence comes out onto Illidan here. Michael Udog having to kite back. And no death, so, good job from Cloud9 to salvage the situation. They used every heroic in their arsenal to do that, though. Still a few left up on Gale Force Esports. They have Avatar up. iDream not going to get hit by the Gravity Lapse. And I think they just need to back out here. They don't need to be staying here anymore. Crowan's completely out of mana.
Okay, King Caffeine with the burrow, looking for Alcaphase. Rafflecopter going to lose that dimensional shift. Stormbolt coming out from Fury, but the tongue connects. A bit of an overlap there with the Lunar Flare not hitting anything, and now Gale Force is just turning this and blowing Cloud9 apart.
I am just completely shocked right now. King Caffeine getting low, gets the drag onto Michael Udall. Alcaphase is chasing it. Uther's going to fall as well. 9 kills, Jake, about to be when King Caffeine falls here. Brightwing teleporting in onto him just to help Michael Udall stay alive. King Caffeine's heals helping a lot, but 9 kills to 0. I thought that fight when I said that Crowan was that they needed to retreat. I saw Cloud9 collapse on them. I thought that was going to be Cloud9's win, but that turned into a 4-0. Kael'thas ended up dying someplace. Okay,
Arthlon just got a kill on KT in the bottom, who was pushing in, so he just threw the orb, connected with the dimensional or the disintegration, but that's not really enough. It's 15 to just about level 13 in favor of Gale Force right now. This is game number 3. Qualification is at stake. The Dragons were picked up so early and so easily by Gale Force, but this one will be denied for the time being. Ruffle juking everything Arthalon has to throw at him.
Ruffle getting poked very low. Probably going to teleport to him because Akafe is just getting a little bit worried there. Cloud9 trying to deny these shrines right now.
They need a kill so bad. Like, C9 hasn't done any structural damage. They haven't grabbed any mercenary camps. The map is just about red right now because Udall is constantly grabbing mercenaries left and right. And that's something that Cloud9 just is not doing.
Yeah. It's a real struggle. And they're having trouble getting their bearings in this game. They're about to hit level 14, but that's going to be 16 here. And this is the important tier for Kael'thas.
Okay, Thrall
will contest this.
We'll stall out the bottom shrine for now. Like you said, this is going to be a big window where C9 is weak. And look at this. King Caffeine caught out of position by Fury. Force Wall locking him down. Trying to burrow out of here with Brush Talker, but he just can't do it. King Caffeine is down.
10 kills to 1. Jake, level 16 to level 13, about to be 14 for Cloud9. And with King Caffeine dead, without their global on the map, this should be a Dragonite here. And with all 3 forts down, I'm curious to see how much damage they can get.
Yeah, no, I mean, a dragon at this power, it's going to be Tassadar in there, not a critical hero to have out. Oh, he's actually, they're considering swapping? No, it will be Raffle that grabs the dragon. They just stalled it out for a moment. Calf's going to be up, but with 16, they can definitely pressure keep, and it looks like bottom, which is already open and ripe for the picking, is going to be their target.
Well, they're marching down there, Jake. Still no level 16 inside. And oh my god, the collapse Divine Shield had to have been used on Arthalon to keep him alive.
That's awful. Starfall and Divine Shield cast at the start of that fight, and Gale Force is just getting started. They have everything left in their arsenal right now, and this keep is just getting shredded. Is that a cleanse on the punt?
Hunter's Mark? I don't think so. It just bugged out. Hunter's Mark used on Rafflecopter, getting him very low, but they get the keep, Jake, like you said. That's a 12-minute keep.
Not even close, and it's 3-level lead right now for Gale Force. Astronomical.
Well, we saw last qualifier, Jake. Gale Force Esports upset Cloud9, and it's looking like that's going to be the same. Cloud9 needs a miracle to be able to come back at this point. They're already down a keep. They're down 3 levels. They could be down deaths here. Michael Udall dives deep, gets stunned out. Kylex comes in, but he has to meta out. A little bit too greedy there for Michael to dive in like that.
Sundering could be big in a situation like this. They need to find a moment where they can actually do that, right? They haven't had a money sundering in this game, and that's something that they're desperate for, right? Land the isolation on Illidan, land a sundering that completely dismantles the team and turn things around. But man, I mean, mercenary camps continuing to go the way of Gale Force with the bottom keep down. This is a struggle.
Yeah, this is a tough game for Cloud9. They're about to have 16 tier though, and they've always had one of the best team fights. So if they can get on an even tier and get a fight, I mean, has Sunder been cast this game?
It has, but not to an impact.
They need to get an engage. They need to get a good engage while they have 16 versus 18, and they need to try and make it happen soon.
Well, right now, level 16 is around the corner.
Oh,
King Caffeine all by himself taking a ton of damage. The poly comes out, Disintegrate trying to keep him alive, and the heals come through. A beautiful drag will keep King Caffeine for the time being, but now iDream is in a rough spot. Still has Sundering, Starfall in a great location doing a lot of damage. K1 Pro is getting chunked. The heal comes out to survive through the bomb, and Gale Force is also pretty weak. Right now, it looks like Cloud9 is going to try to re-engage. Now they have level 16. The Sundering comes out, but the damage is not enough. And Michael Udall diving and forcing out the Divine Shield.
Oh, Michael Udall gets stunned out. Does he go down? And they get the kill. Cloud9 finally able to turn a fight in their favor. That was back and forth 100 different directions, but they do finally secure that kill. That's
Brush
50
Talker?
seconds without Illidan.
Oh, he's going for Crowan, but he's all by himself. Needs to be careful here. Almost worked out here for King Caffeine. Dream's going to go top off. It looks like the top temple will go to Cloud9. Still, 2-level lead in favor of Gale Force with that bottom keep down. The game is far from over, but Illidan will be down for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, Cloud9 needs to take this moment to try and get a Dragonite and just like even up the score a bit. If they start taking structures, I mean, if you look at the map, Jake, I mean, every structure is still standing. They've gotten 1 tower down in mid. and that's it.
But that's a
so,
big
like, they
piggy
have
bank.
a lot of
Yeah.
experience to farm. Here.
Exactly. They need to get a dragon to really get that safe farm, though. And Brightwing's denying that. Akafe's going to be taking that top temple. Bottom lane, a continuous issue. So it looks like King Caffeine's going to be going down bot to try to get that pushed out. And I would love to see C9 invade. But look at this. Ruffle is just like a big ward. He's even using Oracle saying, hey, look, let's make sure that they're not flanking into this camp. Make sure they can grab that safely. Not taking any risks right now.
Yeah, and Cloud9's out of time. I mean, Illidan's back. They had a 50-second window where they could have tried to make something happen. Unfortunately, they used so many heroics. They weren't, comfortable moving on the map, and now, it's even footing again. And they're, they have a goal themselves, but so does a Gale Force.
Okay, Gale Force looking to step on in. Grab does connect on Murden. The stun comes out, but just too much shielding there for Fury. Didn't even touch his health bar. Now suddenly, both of these shrines are under control by Gale Force. Brightwing just kind of guarding, waiting in bottom. Calf will be okay for now, but he did have to use a block. And now Dunk Train's the one that's getting polymorphed and has to... can't even Divine Shield before that Sundering comes up. This is disastrous.
Yeah, King Caffeine going to go down here as well. They do get the kill on the Kael'thas over the wall, though. That's exactly what Cloud9 needed. If they didn't get that kill on the Kael'thas, that would have been game. Oh, but it's still the Dragonite.
Yeah, it's just C9. They don't have the positioning in these late game moments right now.
They're going for.
They are. K1 Pro is waiting patiently. They're trying to focus down Fury. Heals from Tyrande, not enough to keep Dream alive.
Losing Dream.
And Starfall used in a position where it's not going to do its maximum damage. The orb does a lot to Michael Udall, but Akaface has what the doctor ordered, and this might be it.
Yeah, I think this is game, Jake. Half the HP still left on this guy. You got 12 seconds on Dahaka, 5 on Neutral, but I don't think it matters. With 4 DPS here, Michael Udall still very healthy. Akaface still haven't managed to keep up his team. The core is dropping so fast. GG, 2 qualifiers in a row. 1 for Austin and 1 for Burbank. Gale Force Esports has knocked out Cloud9 in the round of 4 to qualify.
This new Gale Force roster, they drafted many different styles of play. They showed the Asmodee style. They picked Cloud9 apart. And they came out with the Illidan KT, what is considered to be, in a lot of ways, a god comp. Illidan KT, Tassadar, Brightwing, Murden. Flexible, powerful, everything about it. It just was too much for C9. C9, Dragon was picked up, what, a minute into the first Dragon phase? If that? And that just immediately propelled the experience well in favor of Gale Force. Very well played. Congratulations to Gale Force.
Yeah. So that means another situation where we go into a third qualifier. Last time it was Cloud9 and Cognitive who struggled to qualify early, and this time it is Cloud9 and Tempo Storm making it to the third qualifier. That's going to be in 2 weeks, guys, as they are taking a break to not overlap with the DreamHack Austin event that's coming up in a week. But I think that'll be it for us.
Yes, Zoya, where can everyone find you?
I'm going to bed. I don't want to plug.
Follow him on Tempo Zoya.
No,
Follow me
at
Solid Dig GG, everyone. That's going to do it for the qualifier. Thanks so much for tuning in and dealing with our shenanigans throughout this event. DreamHack Austin next weekend, so no ESL qualifier. GG's, and have a good night.